Hello. Welcome with Lust with Must. I'm Emily Must, and this is my best friend Shannon, and we are here to talk about whatever we feel like talking about, basically. So, anyways, we wanted to introduce ourselves, and Shannon, do you have anything you'd like to say?
Hey.
Anyways, we're just hanging out. We are total 420 friendly. We're sitting here drinking a couple beers. And this is basically what we do, 5 nights a week, probably?
I would say 1 to 2 nights a week.
1 to 2?
1 to 7.
1 to 7.
1 to 7.
Anyways, welcome to our first episode of Lust with Must. And this is basically just going to be a tell-all podcast that leaves out none of the secrets, with all dating, good, bad, sexual experiences. You know, we're not leaving anything out.
Got a lot of episodes, a lot of fun stories, a lot of ridiculous situations.
Anyways, so my name is Emily Must, and so you're probably wondering how the whole Lust with Must. So you get the whole last name. So basically, when I was younger, we used to have to wear gym uniforms, and so it would be Musty. So it would be Musty on my gym uniforms in 8th grade, and then all of a sudden I grew boobies. And then people started calling me Emily Lust. And that's how that happened.
Oh.
That is the story. I went from Musty to Lusty. I did. But could you imagine going an entire year of 8th grade with Musty as your front and back of your gym uniform?
Damn, man. Yeah, you guys are...
And and I was in 8th grade, and sometimes I did forget to wear deodorant. I'm not even going to lie. That was like when I just kind of sometimes I would get up and forget. So I might have been Musty.
Maybe.
Either way, I grew boobies. And now I'm Lusty. Anyways, welcome to our podcast. First episode. Cheers. Is there anything else you would like to say, Shannon?
No, I'm just here asking all the questions that you guys want to ask. And maybe some of the ones that you haven't thought of yet.
I do have music playing on in the background. You probably can't hear it. So if you see me dancing, I'm dancing to whatever music I have playing on in the background. So I am 44. And I do have children. I've been divorced twice. And that's okay. Because I'm not going to get married a third time. Because I do feel there's a stigma with... the third one. I'm sorry, guys. I mean, when you're like, oh, I'm on my third wife or on my third husband, it just doesn't mean as much, like, at all. So I promised my kids I wouldn't do the third one.
It's like nobody wants to, buy a huge gift for the third kid.
Yeah. It's like
Rihanna's third kid. Everybody's like, all right, way to go.
It's like the third wedding. I mean, it's like, who comes to it, right? I mean, I guess some people do. But anyways, I'm too old to get married again. I mean, honestly. Marriage is just not for me. It's just really hard.
It's not right. It's not natural.
So many rules. Don't you feel like
Way
there's a
too
lot
many
of rules?
Yeah, there's definitely way too many rules. There's too much paranoia.
Who made all those rules? Why does marriage have so many rules? That's the part that sucks. Marriage may be way more fun.
Nobody ever handed me a handbook.
Yeah.
But I just thought of the rules.
It's like all of a sudden it's like you're told these rules of marriage, and then you're like, okay, that works for maybe you. But maybe it doesn't work for me. You know, sometimes I feel like marriage should be like a driver's license. You have to get it renewed every 7 years?
Or it expires.
Or it expires, and you just go your separate ways.
All of a sudden your assets are just separated.
Yeah. You know, you just go about your business, and you decide that, because isn't it the 7-year itch?
Yeah.
So,
definitely.
My first relationship and marriage only lasted 7 years.
Boom. I've never had a relationship last longer than 7 years.
No, see, that's the thing.
I was very itchy.
I'm telling you, from
Very
now on,
itchy.
you know what? It should be the fact that you have to renew your marriage license, just like you have to do everything else. Because maybe you're not, maybe
It's got to be
you're,
worth it.
maybe you're tired of the same, you know, dick every day
Yeah, man.
after 7 years.
Maybe.
I mean, sometimes you're like, okay, the cock is good. Okay, so I'm gonna keep it for another 7 years. Or you might like, you know what? I've had 7 years of it. It's okay. But you know, maybe I want to like trade it in like a new car or something.
I mean, there could be
You
a
know?
very
That's why people
version.
cheat.
That's why
They're not allowed to renew their marriage license.
they're not allowed. Yeah. Plus, anything you're not allowed to do. That puts an extra value.
I mean, it really does. It makes marriage
Yeah.
hard.
It's like now, you can smoke weed. It's a lot less value.
That does help marriage, though. You know, drinking and smoking weed does help marriages last longer, maybe. I'm not sure. But I just know that, you know, it can't hurt, right? Anyways, neither one of my 2 marriages worked, so I have no marriage advice except for it didn't work for me. Or Shannon, he's been married 3 times. So if you're here to learn how great marriage is, it's probably not the podcast for you. Because we're going to tell you all the things that we did wrong and all the things that we did right. Anyways, thank you for joining in for our first episode. And I hope you come and join us for our next one with Lust with Must.